Hello and welcome to Tragic Thespians. Today I have Kayla-Rose de Sousa. She is in an upcoming play that I'm very excited for by Fruitbox Theatre Company, and it will be playing from the 10th of February to the 24th of February this year, and the play French Letters and Leather Cleaner. Correct?
Yes.
How
Yeah. And it's not a
exciting.
complaining class.
And it is written by Laurent Auclair, directed by Sean Landis, produced by Emily Henderson, and executive producers Madeline Gandhi and Sean Landis. Now, this play, I've got to say, I love it. Just reading it, it sounds like my kind of chaos.
Oh yeah. Gay panic the whole time. Gay panic, queer panic. We're all here for it. We're all here
That's
for
it.
it.
I especially love that it does take place in a sex shop. That's the
Yes.
best.
Yes. Takes place in an adult store. So if your play is taking place in an adult store, you can guarantee that it's just going to be fun the whole time.
Absolutely. And you've got a drag queen as well
Yes.
as a straight inner West couple.
Yes.
I love that. It's just already the
Yeah.
personalities clashing. I'm obsessed.
Yeah.
What would you say is your favorite part of like the play so far?
My favorite part of the play so far is just seeing the intergenerational relationships between
Mm,
these characters and seeing characters that are quite familiar with each other and then characters coming into this situation, how they all bond, and that just authentic love of chosen family and finding people in your life that really stay with you. And it's just been so beautiful to be a part of that, to feel that acting in the play. And I'm really excited to see the final project.
sounds amazing, all of it. What's the duration of it? How long is the play?
I think it'll go for around 90 minutes.
Mm,
So we're very well into blocking the whole play. We still need to do a bit of choreography and whatnot, props, etc. So we will double check time after we do a full prop run, but I think it'll sit around 90 minutes.
yeah. Can we be guaranteed there'll be lots of sex toys on stage?
Oh yeah. And look, who knows? There might even be opportunities for audience members to walk away with some. Like
Love
I'm not saying
that.
it could happen. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, happen.
Look, they're always better when they're free, right? That's all I'm saying.
Right? Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to rally for some like you know, what are we doing with the props after? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, does
There
someone need
you
to take
go.
those off your hands? I
The
don't
more
know.
the merrier. That's all I say.
Exactly.
I'm telling you, I went to Sexpo this year for a media event, and it was the best media event I've ever been to. There was the porn star Johnny Sins, and I love him just because of the memes made of him. And I'm like, he's the god. Never seen a video in my life of his, but I know him from all the memes. So
Yeah.
therefore, and then there were like people really trying to promote their products that are like giving them away for free. I'm like, I'm not gonna say no.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah. That's going straight in my basket.
That's it. I'm like, now I've got a little beautiful basket. I'm like, which one today? Lucky dip.
Yeah, literally. The bus ride home is going to be interesting. Hopefully, no one takes it sleep in there.
That's right. I didn't think of that, but yep. So Fruitbox Theatre in association with Bakehouse Theatre, which is a great space. That's
Yep.
amazing. And it is during Sydney WordPride this year, which we're very
Yeah.
excited for. What would you have you performed at the Bakehouse before? Well, at
No, so
Cross Theatre.
yeah. So KXT, they're moving to Broadway. So we will be the second show to be in their new location.
How
So that's exciting.
exciting. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness, what a
So
milestone.
right? A new space, and it's literally still being built as we're speaking. So we're really excited to get in there and to kind of be one of the first to baptize the space, if you
That's
will.
it.
Like,
That's it.
yeah.
Oh, how amazing. Oh, it's going to mean so much to you guys seeing
Oh,
it
yeah.
from the very beginning and how it's going to grow. How exciting. So yeah, I guess it's not King's Cross anymore.
Yeah, we've taken the leap to Broadway now.
How exciting though. That's amazing. I always love it when theatre spaces like grow into something greater and they just explore their branches.
100%. It just shows the demand for theatre.
Mm. Which is
And
exciting, right?
yeah, yeah, 100%. And how, if we can get more people into each show, how beautiful.
That's it. That's it. And we always hear it every day that people say theatre's dead, theatre's dead. But then I've never gone to a show that's not sold out.
Literally. Yeah, theatre is not dead. You heard it here first. Theatre
That's
is not
it.
dead.
We've announced it
Driving
not
into the
dead.
market. Exactly. Therefore,
And therefore we're superior and we know better. So
and that's if it was dead, it isn't anymore. That's just the
that's it.
reality of the situation. From here on out, not dead. Can confirm.
Exactly. So it is part of Fruitbox Theatre's Right Development Program. I love a good program. So
Oh yeah.
I'll explain it a little bit for the listeners. So a collaboration between queer artists, which saw 18 writers and actors share their experiences and workshop scripts to reflect some of the vast diversity of queer lives. The Right creatives have built a community of passionate queer theatre makers, as well as 5 gripping scripts which give voice to the LGBTQIA plus experiences, which is amazing. You know, some people want to say the gays take over, but we need this. We need this
We
space.
need a win. We need a
That's
win.
it. So I love that it gives so much, I guess, freedom, because there are a lot of, especially in this new generation that's just coming up, where they're more confident in their sexualities than a lot of
Yeah.
us oldies would be. And I love that now we are getting a lot more stories and people are, I guess we're learning a lot more from them too, because now we're getting more comfortable to put on these shows, which is
Yeah,
exciting.
100.
So
Yeah.
I think that the program in itself is just amazing. So what's the process with it on how what gets chosen to be performed and what kind of, I guess, goes in the back burner?
Yeah, so from the start, it was probably about 9 to 10 months ago now, we had 5 writers on board, which we knew the 5 scripts that were going to be developed.
Mm,
So we all collaborated, actors and writers. Every time we'd go to a development, we do a read through, we do a bit of improv, see how it's feeling, see how it's landing. Does it feel truthful to everyone in the room? Does anything not sit right? And it was just a really beautiful and cathartic experience to allow all these diverse artists, all these diverse queer artists, I should
mm,
say, coming together and being able to just have their say, have their input, and seeing it from a script being developed. Like each week we'd come back, or every time we'd
mm,
come to collaborate, there were so many changes that we'd all put ourselves into that and have discussions and what should happen here, what should happen there, and to just see the process of the writing take place and have some input and say in that has just been so beautiful. And now we're going to be able to perform them, and it's just like, oh, it has been such a touching experience
oh,
with such
amazing.
a talented group of people, might I add. Like, it has been so beautiful.
It's always the best, right? When the whole team just
Oh,
comes together, you just have that same energy and it's just so exciting.
literally, we're here to do, something powerful and to move people and to put our stories forward. And, this is our world, this is our life. And, you know, we're here to share that. And
That's
it's,
it.
yeah, speechless. Oh, it was just such a beautiful experience.
It must be really surreal, like seeing it all come to life, I guess, in the rehearsal room from paper to on the floor.
Yeah. And I'm coming to you live from the rehearsal. Which, yeah. So here we are. And
Well,
it's, yeah,
I feel privileged.
a little tour, take you inside.
That's it. I feel like for me personally, the rehearsals is always the best part of plays because that's where you build your connections, your memories. I cannot remember a thing from any stage play because it's all adrenaline, right? And
Right?
whereas rehearsal, you just remember all like the fun times you had.
Yes. Oh, I'm so glad you said that, because every time, you do something and someone asks you, like, how did that feel doing that? What was it like? And you're just like, I don't remember. Like, they're like, what do you mean you don't remember? And you're just like, you're just in such a space, and yeah, that energy, and you're,
Mm.
are this character, and then it finishes and you kind of come down back to yourself and you're like, yeah, what just happened? Like, I'm like, is it just me? So yeah, it's great to hear that other people feel that way too.
Absolutely. It's almost like a trance, isn't it? Like something else
Right,
takes over.
it really is.
Honestly.
Something takes over us. Couldn't tell you what, but it happens.
Oh no, it's beautiful though. Beautiful. And
Yes, it,
nerve-wracking. Lots of
and
tears, but
nerve-wracking. Oh
worth
yeah,
it.
exactly. We feel all the emotions. It's a roller
That's
coaster.
it. What would you say has been your favorite memory so far in the rehearsal room?
My favorite memory so far in the rehearsal room was a moment where we were all sitting together, and for me, it was just having that light bulb click of, this is why we're here.
Mm,
Like, it was a moment that was quite, so everyone's gonna be laughing. There are gonna be moments where you're crying in this play. It's a farce, but there are hard-hitting moments. And there was a moment where we were all sitting down together, and we've got different, of people, different ages, and we were speaking about, for example, the AIDS
mm,
epidemic. And it was just a moment of sharing knowledge and listening, and eye-opening for what people have gone through before us to
mm.
allow us to be here. And I think it was just such a beautiful moment of collective catharsis and storytelling, and everyone really feeling like we're in this together, and chosen family. And
Mm.
I couldn't even tell you, it was just such a moment of togetherness. And it was in that moment we were all like, we know what we're here to do.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah, from that moment onward, it was like, we need to really do this show justice, and
Mm.
put on the show that people deserve to see and to hear, and to give a voice to people who didn't have a voice,
Mm.
which is really important.
I think that's the biggest thing that really spoke to me with the right development, because it does remind you that it is a fairly new thing, isn't it? Where we're allowed to be ourselves. So,
Right?
unfortunately, right? But it does give that voice, and it does, I feel like it almost heals a lot of people in like older generations that had to go through that, because like there's nothing more they want to see than for the world to flourish in the right direction. You'd hope everyone would, but
We'll get there.
eventually, right? But
Yeah.
absolutely, it's the people don't see that there are so many layers of it that is important. It's not just a fun show. Of course, that's an element to it. Otherwise, what's the point, right? But it is that message that you're putting across that's going to give, I guess, people like, I guess they want to see a little bit of themselves. It gives them that little bit. What am I trying to say? The words are escaping me, but yes.
100% seen. People feel seen. And that's,
That's it.
yeah, that's what's important. That's what's beautiful. And Marty and myself, who plays Andy, so I play Charmaine, and Charmaine is a straight woman from the inner west, which has been very difficult to play a straight woman. It's been a challenge, isn't it? I'm like, oh, what would a straight person do in this situation? So that's actually really challenging for me. I'm like, oh, okay, this is who I am now. But it's just so beautiful to see their journey as a couple stepping into
Mm,
this new space. And at first we see just a lack of understanding, but perceiving and thinking that they do understand. And like, you see it in the questions, like, oh, like Oxford Street is very queer. And then it's like, there's a moment of like, maybe from a straight perspective, like the straightification and commodification of queer
mm,
space. I think it's also really important to see people learning and growing. And so not only would it be like allow queer people to feel seen, but I think it's really important that we really flesh out these straight characters, so that, anyone in this audience can just come from a place of love and understanding. And I think that's really, really important too. So these two, characters come in and their world gets really shaken quite fast and in the most beautiful and playful way that you could imagine.
I love that. I love it when it comes to that little character conflict connection. It's
Yeah,
always the best
yeah,
fun to play out.
yeah.
But it is funny that how you say like from a straight perspective, because I guess you don't really realize how I guess they view like what is queer and what isn't, because like all my friends were all queer, even though I have a husband. My husband and I are both queer. Like, so we appear on the surface as a very straight couple. We get very offended by that. But the other day, I went to a bathroom, and that's where you always meet the best women, right? And she was talking about being bi and being married and not being seen. And I'm like, oh my God, that's me. And we just started talking about that. And then her friend who was straight, she was like, she started talking about like what she like kind of perceived as queer and how it's so like, I guess like hard to tell, but it's like, but it's
Yeah,
interesting, isn't it? Because you kind of go, well, I don't know. Like it's who you are. It's who you just assume
100%.
everyone reads that, right? And
Yeah,
it's
literally.
and just the areas like you hang out at, the clubs you go to, like they're just the usual. And then when you introduce a friend that maybe isn't in that same group and they're like, oh, this is a lot. It's like a lot. This
Yeah,
is a quiet night.
yeah,
But that's I guess that's it's very interesting, isn't it? The perspective of people. So it'll be interesting to see this play come to life and see the different audiences, because of course you're going to have your, of course the target audience is queer people, but then to see
yeah.
people that are not in that same group, seeing how they'll respond to it.
Yeah, 100%. And I think, and you touched on it very beautifully then. I think no matter who you're with or what happens in your life, that doesn't change your queer identity and who you are.
Mm,
And I think the play also really touches on that beautifully with Andy and Charmaine without giving too much away. Like, there are different things that they deal with and they go through as individuals and, things that they're potentially trying to hide or not allow
mm,
themselves to feel, etc. So it really touches on what that can look like in a straight presenting relationship and how
mm,
still valid in who you are. So I think it's yeah, it quite beautifully touches on that too, and how do we honor ourselves and each other in this relationship
mm.
to the world? So because the world will perceive you a certain way,
That's
and
right.
how do we ensure that we're still being seen and heard despite how we are seen as a unit together?
That's
And I
right.
think for their relationship, Andy and Charmaine, that's really important, and we get to see that.
That's beautiful.
So yeah.
It's going to be really exciting to see.
Oh yeah. Oh
Mm,
yeah.
I'm so excited for it. It is again on the I suppose the perspective. It is very interesting because there are a lot of things. It I liked what you said, honoring yourself. Like that is a very big thing that I feel like a lot of people need to remember in themselves, to be secure in themselves and realize that they do deserve to be who they are. They do deserve to be seen as who they are. And it's okay to, of course, like speak out about it, because we're in that, luckily, we're in that time, depending where you're from, of course. But here, you'd like to think that we can have that opportunity to speak up for ourselves and be ourselves. And there are people that are understanding, and there are a lot of people that maybe are just uneducated, which is
Yeah.
okay. If they don't understand, of course you can explain it, but you can only do so much. And
Yeah, for sure.
that's where I feel like people need to just, that's where you got to honor yourself. It goes
Yeah,
into that, and realize that you're still you're still worthy. Water off a
100%.
duck's back,
Yeah.
and like you said earlier, chosen family is a big one. When you surround yourself
Oh
with the
yeah.
right people, then you're gonna feel complete. It's gonna definitely help you.
Yeah, just living our like life authentically and unapologetically and
That's
the
it.
beauty and power in that. Like
Mm,
there's no feeling that is better. Like, once you have that, and you find that, and everyone just lifts each other up. The
Mm.
possibilities are endless. The things that happen are, oh, truly beautiful.
That's it. It's like walking on air. The moment you start uplifting each
Literally,
other, magic.
literally magic, pure magic.
So, alongside this great production that I'm very excited for, you also have two more productions coming with Fruitbox Theatre as well. Nails Must Be Kept Short. I already love the title, so I know I'm going to like it. And that's at the Factory Theatre from 1st, 2nd, and 3rd of March. And
Yes.
as you mentioned to me earlier, that's eventually going to become a musical, correct?
Yeah. So yeah, that'll eventually become a musical. For now, what we're doing at the Factory Theatre is kind of just a bit of a taster. So it'll be like a few musical numbers, get everyone amongst it before we have, we can fully flesh it out, which will be really, really exciting.
Make people wanting more, leave them.
Yeah. Yeah. Leave
I
more.
love that. Back to Birdie at KXT, 16th of February. That will be a
Yeah.
script reading. Tell us a little bit of that one.
So, Back to Birdie is one of the scripts that when we first read a full run through in the Right Development Program space, it was just such a script that was just so beautiful and feels so familiar. It's about two friends who have kind of grown apart and they're coming together. And it's like a platonic love story. You see like them going backwards into who they were and who they are now, and the growing that needs to be done and the growth that they've made as individuals, but now they need to grow together and what that looks like, and honoring themselves and their past while giving space for what they need now. And it's the writing, it's such a beautiful script, and I'm so excited to see that come into fruition, both in the reading and when we do the play. So
I love that because we don't have enough scripts like that. And I feel like when friendships fall apart, it sometimes is more painful than actual breakups because it means more to you and you expect, I guess, you see these people in your life for a very long time. So coming together, I'm very excited for this one.
You hit the nail on the head there. Like when you lose a friend like that, or a friendship, like how do you go, like how do you deal with it? How do you cope? How do you go forward? How do you, and there's not enough light shed on going through friendship breakups. Like that's a real heartbreaking thing. And so I think, it does it in a beautiful way where that kind of, breakup has happened, but we're coming back and discussing our friendship, and looking at it retrospectively and then moving forward. And it's just really beautiful. Like it's one of those ones, it's a feel good, like your heart will sing at the end of it. Again, there are moments where, there are going to be tears and, life happens. But for the most of it, it is about the power of friendship and love and honoring yourself.
I love that. Oh, I'm so excited for all of these. You guys are doing a great job. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh, you gave me that little sample. Now I want the whole thing. I want the whole bite.
Want it all. Want it all.
Next time, we're going to have to get you in the studio. I want to meet you. I can't wait to meet you after the play.
I'm so keen.
I'm so ready. Thank you so much for coming on.
No problem. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. I'm so excited for this play. I had to get on board with it.
Yay. We're so excited to have you guys there as well. Have everyone there.
So excited.
It's going to be so fun. Let's get hyped.
Go kill it.
Yeah, thank you. So keen to hear.
See you soon. I'll see you at the play.
Sounds like a plan. See you soon. Thank you. Have a lovely weekend.
Yes, you too. Oh my God, weekend already.
I know.
I could talk forever, but
Same here.
We'll get along really well. I can't wait to meet you.
After this play, we're going for a drink, I think.
That's what I want to hear. Music to my ears. I'll see you real soon.
I've been waiting for you to say that the whole time.
Yes. I'll see you soon, all right?
All right, lovely. See ya. Have a good one.
Take care.
Bye.